So
They're not too bad. This is a Monday after a nice weekend away. So I was actually looking forward to being back at work. What
yeah,
about you? How was your weekend?
for me, the weekend was busy. I was working on a proposal and probably didn't have as much play as I desired. But even when I'm working, I figure out ways to add play into it.
Oh,
And and one of those ways is with song. I kind of do a more of improvisational. Certain words can remind me of a song, whether it's
and you just start
joy.
singing?
Yeah, I'll sing a little verse.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pick that up from you.
Yeah, so it's quite delightful. Don't be surprised if that happens here sometime, where I just sing
Okay.
a little ditty. It's because a word you say uh, brings that song to my spirit. And the way I approach Mondays is I never want to say, oh, it's Monday. I'm like, oh, it's Monday. I'm always excited about every day. And there's a reason for it. Um, it's that, we can, I'm looking at every day uh, as like this is the moment, right? How
Yeah.
do I want to add value to the world today? And with me, you know, wanting to always focus on others and love others and see how that can manifest, whether it's with coaching or curating a space for them,
Yeah.
that I can find joy in that because I'm looking to meet their needs and I'm thinking about what are they thinking, feeling, seeing, doing after it's all over, right?
Yeah.
And that excites me.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that so well. For me, getting into coaching, it's funny that you said about Mondays because like I wanted this visual of people like excited about work, but not going away from work on a Friday, feeling that way coming into work on a Monday. And like my current work makes me feel like that. But unlike you, who's always like has a smile on her face, sometimes if you see me like engaged in my work, I get so serious. So I will have to now slowly like start playing in my own mind about, maybe playing a ditty in my head, and, and kind of enjoying the process because I can get so focused. But the joy is in the work, 100%. Like so today, I had like a pretty intense week last week, and this week feels a little more relaxed. And so I had a lot of connection activities this morning, like many calls that were pending, just connecting with folks and opportunities for work and stuff that came up. So today was like delightful in that way. There's always like something new when you're an independent. I guess each Monday is kind of different. It's not a typical Monday.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. My weeks normally look uh, in the beginning is that there's a lot on Mondays and Tuesdays, and the rest of the week look pretty
Hmm.
empty. But they get full near the end of the week, and that's okay.
Obviously.
Something fills it up, and I and I what I try to do is fill it up with things that I'm passionate about, that I really care about, and saying yes to what you love, right? Saying yes to what makes sense, saying yes to things that help positively support others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your absolute favorite thing to do?
Wow. Nourish people's potential.
Yeah. Like actually
Yeah.
like in a coaching conversation?
it, it manifests differently because one of the things that I find is that um, creating the space for people to self discover their potential
Hmm.
is more powerful. So I like to create the conditions to help that. And if a little nudging is needed, that's me as a coach. So, how about you?
I love when I am facilitating conversations. That's my favorite thing to do. And sometimes, when the response back from whoever, whether it's one-on-one conversation or it's a group, and then the whole group gets engaged in it, or the other person gets engaged in it, and the time just flies by, and you don't even know how the whole hour has gone by or the 2 hours have gone by. That's like it's being in flow for me. That's my favorite thing. And it is, I think, the ahas that others and I get from that exchange of that conversation.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of both enjoy the same outcome in different ways, huh?
Yeah, I would say definitely for me, one of the things I enjoy about facilitation is uh, I definitely, when I look at it, is I want to do as less talking as possible and feel that I failed if I've done more talking than the people in the space. And that means a considerably amount where it's just minuscule, and that is really creating the conditions for them to have those conversations. And it's quite beautiful and magical when you can see those ahas happen, right? When the light blinks, that's amazing. And that can happen whether you're facilitating or coaching, or like for me, like when you're teaching with kids, when they all of a sudden like catch it. What's going on? It's magical. It's really
Yeah.
magical.
So does it come easy for you to not like be the person talking or not talking all the time?
It's definitely something that I've worked on for a long
Mm.
time. And I do that with, in preparation, as I say, I like to curate spaces. So when you create the space for it, I'm thinking about all different things. How can I take myself out of this? How can I take myself out of this and allow people to own it fully? And then and look like, okay, how can I not say this? How can I, when you constantly do that and remove stuff, I would look at my journey. Um, uh, when I look at where I began early in my career and where I am now, I'm like, wow, I would never do those things, right? And understanding and trusting that people can get there on their own is very loose. I embrace some of the messiness. Messiness is a part of learning.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a journey that I'm on myself. Just, I think, a little bit behind you in that I have to still be very thoughtful about how I engage with others, right? And in terms of how much am I speaking versus how much am I letting emerge from the group. And it's a constant dance, but you do it so beautifully. Like I've been in some of your open space event, and I'm really looking forward to the one that's coming up this weekend because you have just a way to hold the space for other people to have the conversations. So I pick up a lot from you, my dear. So thank you for being the model on something that I'm working on myself.
So, one of the things I would say that I think everyone can learn from, a lot of times people think holding space, that it is singular because you're the facilitator. And what I like to gift other people is share that ownership where it's co-owned, and inviting them into the conversation and to share. And although I may be in the center, I'm in the background, and there's an art to that, and you can get there. And that's the same thing as you engage with people in life, whether with your family or your friends. creating the space for them to shine. And it's one of those things you learn from improv, right? That
Hmm.
you're trying to make someone else uh, shine and look better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe we can leave off with that message. Let's invite other people to hold space for others.
Mhm.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great challenge for today.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all of the social media networks, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And let us know, comment, and let us know how this topic resonated with you. And see you all again for another Life with April and Anjali soon.